Let me in fact go across to Mr. Amit Malviya, the head of the BJP IT cell, who joins us for his perspective on the kind of attacks that have been levelled against the Prime Minister. Mr. Malviya, we did see this cycle repeat itself back in 2017, where a lot of personal attacks that were levelled against the Prime Minister, including by the likes of Manishankar Ayyar, actually backfired on the Congress. Do you see that repeating itself this time around as Meghalaya as well as Nagaland go to the polls?
Well, the Congress hasn't learned its lesson, and to get together and sloganer and ask for the Prime Minister's grave to be dug, I think is an unprecedented low in public discourse. And if the Congress continues to use this kind of language, the people of this country will respond to it adequately. I mean, the Prime Minister is working continuously places. India finds its place in the world order. And here you have the Congress leadership, that to the top leadership, saying, Modi, teri, Kabar Khudegi.
And Mr. Malviya, Rahul Gandhi had actually called upon his own party members to refrain from making any personal attacks against Prime Minister Modi. There was that famous or infamous hug in Parliament as well after those comments were made on the floor of the Lok Sabha. But do you believe that those instructions have been conveniently ignored, or do you blame the senior leadership for actually not cracking down upon this kind of speech against the Prime Minister?
Look, those instructions were never meant to be followed. Rahul Gandhi's own politics is one of hypocrisy. He says something one day, he does something the other day. Naturally, in the Congress party, it is the very clear understanding that anybody who abuses the Prime Minister in the worst possible form will get rewarded. We've seen that in the past. So far, Manishankar Ayyar has not been removed from the party apparatus. He continues to be relevant in whatever capacity. You have somebody like Pawan Khera, is the chief of their media and publicity department. I mean, so you have people sitting in prominent places in whatever is left of the Congress party, because they owe their allegiance to Rahul Gandhi, and they have proven themselves to him by being obnoxious about the Prime Minister. That is the only criteria in the Congress party to survive and to probably move up in life politically. And therefore, Rahul Gandhi's hugs, his politics of love, and all is pure bunkum. The truth is that he himself is a wild man who encourages this kind of behavior.
And final question to you, sir. The allegations pertaining to Mr. Khera with respect to what he had actually said during that press conference where he mocked the Prime Minister by using Gautam Das as the middle name. And there have been allegations of hate speech that have been levelled against him, including promoting enmity between groups. The criticism from the Congress party is that this represents an overreach on the part of the Assam police, which has filed that FIR. What's your response to that, sir?
First of all, Pawan Khera has lied to the Supreme Court and has misled the Supreme Court. In that same press conference, he has taken Prime Minister's correct name, and subsequently he goes on to denigrate his father, his late father, who had nothing to do with politics. So the Supreme Court must take notice of the fact that the submission Pawan Khera has made in the court is misleading, is erroneous, and is actually false. Secondly, just 3 days ago, Pawan Khera was on record again from the Congress platform intimidating government officials for doing their job. And therefore, these are all matters that are on record. The Supreme Court must take note of it. And these FIRs, these complaints are not without basis. And had that been the case, agencies would not have acted. The Supreme Court hasn't given him a complete free run. The interim protection is only till Tuesday, 28th. And there is a lot that might happen in between these days, because the court and the law will take its course.
Okay, Mr. Malviya, thank you very much for your responses there. Let me go back once again to my colleague Nibir, who's joining us from Guwahati. Nibir, take us through that roadshow that Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi had in Shillong. The turnout was very significant, and this is where the BJP is trying to expand its presence, and it's established its presence in the northeast, but it's trying to grow its presence in the state of Meghalaya specifically. Take us through the kind of reception that Prime Minister Narendra Modi received in Shillong during that roadshow shortly before he made his speech.
Well, the BJP established their party back in the previous elections, and this time they are going solo because the party base has already been established. Now they are banking on the party base that they have established, and who not better to lead the party than the Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. And as evident by the reception that he has got today, that thousands of people have come out to the streets of Shillong, as well as also evident in Nagaland as well, to witness the Prime Minister. This is a testimony of the work that has been done by the Prime Minister, as well as he highlighted a key aspect of increasing the budgetary allocation for the northeastern states. And this has attracted to the voters that have come out in numbers. However, the challenge